Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to our life. We are now moving on to family. I'm assuming we're hanging out as a family, not talking about having a family. The sun warmed your skin from its place in the sky, and you closed your eyes, enjoying the mix of the heat with the pleasant breeze that drifted past you. You and Lee, we finally hanging out with Lee, had spread out a blanket on top of one of the hills behind your house and had been relaxing there for a while now. Lee had come over earlier in the day, and while a range of activities had been discussed, from staying home to heading down to the beach, a picnic on the hill had been the choice you both settled on. A small spread was laid out in front of you, some bottled water, soft drinks, as well as chips and sliced fruit. You sat up and reached for a snack, listening to Lee talk away about the musical she had gotten to see a few days ago. Oh, she's so cute! It was unbelievable. There was singing, dancing, crazy stunts, and it was all done live right in front of my face. Maybe one day we could go together. I've got to see more shows like that. You smiled at Lee's enthusiasm, knowing how much she enjoyed singing and performing. And she was good at it too. You had gotten the chance to hear her sing a couple of tunes, and you knew she had put a lot of effort into it. You also liked to sing, but you weren't very good. You also liked to sing and had talent of your own. You didn't like to sing, but you had been told you were good at it. You weren't good at singing, and that suited you fine. I used to like singing. I stopped because I don't fucking know. Probably because I found other hobbies to do. I don't know if I had talent though, so I'm gonna say I like singing, but I wasn't very good. That didn't stop me from doing it though. I wonder if maybe we could put on our own show. Think of how fun it'd be. We could perform for our parents and ask our friends and some other people to come and watch too. It'd totally work. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know about that. The idea give you stage fright. Sure, I'll give it a go. That's not a good idea. It'd be embarrassing. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? It's for our family, right? Yeah, I actually thought about doing something like that before, but never had a chance to. Lee clapped in excitement and bounced on the balls of her feet, beyond happy that you were on board with her idea. I'm gonna sing. Do you want to, or maybe do something else? That's so nice of her to be like, do you want to also? Because I feel like Elizabeth would be like, I'm gonna sing, you can't. What do you want to do? I'll sing too, I'll dance, I'll write the song, I'll do some kind of stunt that goes to the music. I'll pick the outfits, I'll do the makeup, I'll make backdrop or some kind of stage. I'll pick the outfits. That's a great job for you. You always dress so fashionably. Is there anything else that's coming to your head? One more thing? Oh, I want to do the makeup too. That'll be fun. Good idea. You'll be great at that. Makeup and clothes. What else should I do? The backdrop? Yeah, let's do all the creativity stuff, but not actually doing anything. I'll paint something. I don't know. You thought of your painting kit back home. You could definitely use that to make something for the show. You just hope there'd be a large enough piece of paper or cardboard for the backdrop. I think that'll all make an amazing show. You've got things pretty covered. The two of you ran back to your house to grab the supplies you needed, dodging your mom's confused questions before heading back out to the blanket to get started. You spread a large sheet of paper out in front of you and began imagining a backdrop of your scene for the show. Lee and you discussed the plans in detail, settling on a song first and then practicing out parts for the show. The afternoon passed quickly, the sun dropping lower and lower in the sky, and after having thoroughly worked out how the show was going to go, you decided to take a break. You know, we should have invited Cove to watch us practice our show. He could tell us if it's bad before we put on the real thing. That's smart. You guess that would have been okay? I'm glad he didn't see it. You said nothing? No, that's smart. We should ask him to watch us later. Okay. It's too bad Derek isn't in the neighborhood today. I like him. Oh, you do? Yeah, he's a good person. I really like him too. Hey, he's okay. He's kind of boring. I don't really like him. Yeah, he's a good person. I'm not gonna be like, I like him too. I don't want to step on her ground. I knew you'd think so. So exactly, how much do you like him? Or maybe there's someone else that I haven't heard of yet? Lee, what? Like? Lee wriggled her eyebrows at you suggestively. You knew exactly what she was implying. Lee, there's nobody I like that right now. I can't answer that. I have a crush, yeah. Lee's eyes sparkle in an instant, like she just hit the jackpot. Who is it? I'm not giving you a name. Someone from school. It's Derek? Mr. Holden? Kyra? Yo, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Cove's not on the list. I'm not giving you a name. What if you say it's Derek? What is she gonna do? For real? That's cute. I think he likes you too. Wait. You don't like him like him? I thought you were gonna like him. I'm not giving you a name. Tell me something else about them then. This news was just too exciting. She wasn't going to be deterred. Yo, wait, Mr. Holden. Lee burst out laughing, her face going red. Oh my gosh, Michiko, he's so old, but he is kind of handsome. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw the option. I wanted to do it. Okay, I'm not giving you a name. Sorry. You weren't surprised when Lee started squeezing you for more details, and he answered as much as you were comfortable with. The two of you talked about your preferences and who you liked and stuff. You found that it was nice having someone to speak with about these sort of things. Yeah, because, you know, Elizabeth. Finally, you both decided to pack everything up and head back home for the evening. Lee talked excitedly about the show as you did, and you thought back on what you had already accomplished for it. You could definitely go do with a little more practice, but what you had so far was a solid foundation for the performance. Dude, look at Elizabeth. She's so unamused. Upon walking through the front door, you were met by your moms and Elizabeth hovering around each other in the living room. Tension hung thick in the air as the three of them turned to you and Lee, frowning slightly. What's wrong? Yeah, and interrupted something. Exactly what you weren't sure. Wow, who died? What's going on? You looked between them but said nothing. Hello? I think I'll be like, hello?
Oh.
Hi, Michiko. Hello, Lee. Welcome back. The room fell quiet again, with no one quite knowing what to say. You felt incredibly awkward, but silence didn't last long. You don't have to stop just because those two are here. There's no reason to try keeping it a secret. Elizabeth was mad, with her arms folded defensively over her chest, but your mom's not in agreement with her. Elizabeth was asking about her parents. Oh wait, are we both adopted? Or her biological ones? The world spun around you at the news. You couldn't understand. Why was this happening now? When you glanced at Lee, she shuffled her feet uncomfortably, as though she didn't know if she should be there or not anymore. You didn't know either. Your moms had always been open and honest about the fact that neither of them had given birth to you or your sister. Oh, okay. But the details hadn't been fully explained before. I mean, it's bound to happen. It made sense that Elizabeth didn't know a lot about her biological parents and wanted to know more. You just hadn't ever thought you'd accidentally stumble into it. Elizabeth looked at your parents expectantly. She wasn't going to let the unintentional interruption derail things. We don't want to keep that information from either of you. It's your right to know your past, but we did want to wait until you asked us to hear yourselves. Well, it's happening now, so... Your mom shared a nervous glance, and Ma took in a quick breath before speaking again. I adopted you from the Philippines when you were just a baby. Elizabeth dropped her arms, her eyebrows shooting upwards in surprise. Wait, I wasn't born here? No, you weren't. You could clearly see that your sister was appalled by this information. You struggled even more with what to do or how to react. Am I gonna have to pass some tests to become a citizen, or to even be a citizen?
No.
You were adopted into the country. We took care of things. You're already a citizen. You have nothing to worry about. I followed all the laws when it came to bringing a child into the U.S. Nothing can be held against you. This is a lot. Elizabeth sighed, placated? I don't know. With information, but still far from happy. Who are my parents? As people, why did they put me up for adoption in the first place? Ma softly put her hands over Elizabeth's shoulder, trying to provide some support before she gave her the answer.
I'm so sorry.
Your parents were reported to have died. They didn't go into details on the specifics of how, but you were an orphan. Damn. I wish you had better news for you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth was torn between emotions, her eyes full of tears as she threw her hands in the air, settling on enraged. Great! So I can never meet them, even if I wanted to. Not that I could have anyway, since they lived in another part of the world when they were still alive. What about me? I want to learn about me. Oh, sorry, Elizabeth. Elizabeth turned her back on you and your moms and stormed off, sprinting up the stairs into her room before anyone could stop her. I wonder why she suddenly wanted to know. Maybe like her friends were talking and be like, hey, so what's your situation? I have to go and talk to her. Mom immediately started to follow her, but Mom gently held her by the arm and shook her head. We should give her a little space to process it all. Your mom's head hung low, but she stopped walking. With Elizabeth now gone, the two of them seemed to remember you and Lee were still standing awkwardly off to the side. I'm sorry you had to see all that. It's not how I expected it would have happened when the time came. But since it's the topic of the day, Michiko, is there anything you'd like to ask? You deserve to know after all. Lee patted your back and gave you a supportive look. I want to know? No, I don't want to hear? You couldn't even answer? No, I want to know! I'm curious. Your parents both nodded in sync to your reply, ready to talk. I can leave if you want to have things to be private. I want you to be here, Lee. I can do that. Lee shifted a little closer to you in support. So great to have her. And you were glad to have her there with you. It made you feel a little stronger somehow. You turned to face your parents again, preparing yourself for what they were about to tell you. Mom was the first to speak, her voice quivering with emotion. You were adopted as a baby, but 2 years after Elizabeth. We used a different organization this time. You were adopted within the U.S. Okay, so I was born here. We're sorry to tell you, Michiko, your parents had also passed away. Oh my god! And no other family member took you in, if there were any. Oh, I pray there weren't any. That's why we wanted to wait until you asked. We didn't want to suddenly drop that in your lap. We wanted you to be prepared.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry, Michiko. I mean, they can't do anything. I'm thankful that they adopted us. We gave you a reassuring squeeze on the arm to show that she was there for you. Thank you for telling me. Okay, he said nothing. It's not your fault. You didn't kill him, right? Are we trying to like play it off? You started to cry. You were so angry. I'm emotional as fuck, so I would cry. A lump formed in your throat just as warm tears started falling over your cheeks. I'm like the polar opposite of Elizabeth. She went angry, I went sad. You wiped them away with the back of your hand, sniffling quietly. Thank you for listening, Michiko. If there's anything else you want to know, all you have to do is ask. We'll do our best to answer any questions you have.
Are you okay?
How are you feeling now? Are you going to be okay? Lee watched you closely as though judging how exactly she should react to what was going on. I feel fine, but you didn't mean that. You continued to cry. You held back the tears, but you weren't fine at all. Anger rose inside you. You definitely weren't okay. You said nothing. I'm gonna continue crying. Your eyes were swollen from the tears, but you just couldn't find it in you to stop more from falling. Your mom's looks were just as sad, as though the tears might start for them at any moment. No one seemed to have any words after that. You went up to your room. You needed to stay with your mom's. You wanted to get out of the house. You wanted to see Elizabeth. Elizabeth ain't gonna open her door for me. If I go outside, can I go see Cove? I'm gonna go get some fresh air. You turned on your heel without another word and headed towards the front door. Lee's footsteps echoed from behind you. You knew she was following you. Can you stay, Lee? I want to go by myself. You encouraged her. You said nothing. No, I don't think I could say anything. I'm just bawling. If she wanted to come, she could. Without knowing where you really wanted to go, you began to walk down the street quietly, dragging your feet. Lee's footsteps echoed on the pavement behind you as she caught up, falling into step beside you. You turned and kept going, unsure of what else to do. Being upset had blinded you to everything, and you wanted nothing more than to just get away from it all. Eventually, you found yourself at the beach, your feet sinking into the soft sand while you looked out over the ocean. Isn't that the great perk of living near a beach? You could just go out there and just take your load off, I guess. I don't know. You took off your shoes and paced the sand over to the water's edge, letting the cool ocean swirl around your bare feet. It was comforting being there, with the ocean breeze rustling your black hair and the smell of salty water filling your nostrils. I need to sneeze. Eventually, you took a seat down on the ground, watching the sun as it dipped down further and further towards the horizon, before it disappeared completely. Your cousin stalwartly kept you company without trying to force you into speaking. The sky shifted from blue and pink to orange and then to deep blue of night. A sudden shout drew your attention away from the sea. Someone was calling your name. Your head snapped to the source of the yells. At the edge of the beach, where grass met the sand, was a silhouette in the darkness, but the person was still unmistakably to you. It was Cove. Oh, Cove! What was he doing here? I don't know. His eyes settled on you, realizing you were in fact there. He rushed down the shore to where you sat. You could... Cove. You could tell he was out of breath when he approached you. You rose to meet him. Cove, did something happen? No, not to me anyway. I wanted to know what happened to you. I went to your house to say hi, but your parents said you were gone, that you needed to get away.
What's wrong?
Dying. I mean, I had to think something was going on after something like that, so I came to find you. That's so cute of him to do. We gave him a smile, but put a supportive hand on your shoulder as you now had to try explaining. Oh god, I don't want to do that. Now I had to try explaining this to someone. There's a lot going on right now. It's nothing. You need to speak to him. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're here. My parents are dead. Let's not just like my parents are dead. That's like that's too much to just throw onto somebody. So let's just thank him for coming. Cove's forehead furrowed in concern at your words. My mom and dad who gave birth to me, they're dead. Without having to say anything else, Cove reached out and pulled. Oh my god, he gives us a hug! Put into a tight embrace, this familiar warmth enveloping you. I'm sorry, Michiko. No, it's fine. We're okay. Well, we're not okay, obviously, but the hug is helpful. His words were whispered comfortingly into your shoulder. You don't have to do this. I'm okay. You started to cry. You took a step back from. No, I'm crying. I'm crying always. You pressed your face into the crook of his neck, unable to stop the tears. The hold he had on you tightened. Can you explain everything to me? I don't think I can. I think I would be crying too much. You nodded softly before taking in a heavy breath and launching into the story. Ko sat quietly and listened attentively. Wait, where's Lee? I feel bad for Lee. She's like a third wheel now. Nodding every now and then or taking in a sharp inhale. It took a long time for you to relay the details. Dozens of stars were pinpointed in the sky as the night wore on. Silence settled between you as Ko sat quietly for a moment, contemplating everything you had said. When he finally spoke, his voice was quiet, drifting through the night towards you.
Michiko.
Oh, dude! Oh, God.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry about what happened to your parents. So sorry. He stopped suddenly and took a deep, shaky breath, and you got the impression he was struggling with what was right to say. I'm sad I'll never get to know them. I feel bad that I don't feel worse about it. I'm just so mad. He shrugged his shoulders, not knowing how to feel. I think I would be sad that I'll never get to know them, you know? Not being able to have the option to know who your parents were because they passed away. And I'm sure they don't have any, like, pictures of their parents or anything because, you know, I'll never find out what they're doing, what they're like as people. It's just all gone.
Michiko.
Oh, dude. Please. You're not doing anything wrong, you know that, right? I think you can be as sad as you want, for as long as you need, or you can feel okay about it whenever you want to. He sighed and ran a hand through his hair as he looked out over the ocean.
It's okay.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, whatever you feel about it is how you feel about it. You don't have to force yourself to be different. Thank you, Cove. You cried sadly. You cried in relief. You nodded. I would probably thank him, you know. He's trying his best to cheer us up. But where is Lee? Did she like just leave? Because this is awkward for her to just like, you know, to be quiet during this whole exchange. Its words had made you feel better and you knew it was true. You didn't have to apologize or make any excuses for the way you felt about it at all. Cove smiled a little and you could tell he was trying to be comforting. And your moms definitely don't. It doesn't matter if you're not blood related. You're definitely family. I can see that and I hope you can too. You felt the reassurance in his eyes. I feel bad because no one's there for Elizabeth as she's going through this because I have Cove and Lee and she has no one. Oops. But I'm fine, whatever. Your cousin tried not to interrupt your explanation. Okay, Lee's still there. Or Cove's response to it. When the opportunity arose, she made it clear she shared the same sentiment. Hey, the sudden voice of your... Whoa, okay, Elizabeth is here. Sorry, Elizabeth, that I wasn't there for you while I had like 2 people here for me. The sudden voice of your sister behind you made you jump. You saw her standing a little away. She walked closer and you didn't know what to do or what she was planning on saying.
So?
Would you mind going? I want to talk to just Michiko. You can come back. It's not going to be forever or anything. Cove seemed equal parts concerned and skeptical. Leaving now wasn't a concept that thrilled him. Lee wasn't exactly jumping to go, so she checked with you quietly. What do you think? You can't ask that. You nod your head in agreement. I want to talk to you too. I'm just gonna nod my head, you know. And she wanted to talk to you in private. It was obviously about something important. You waited until the 2 of you were alone before fixing her with an exquisitive look. Elizabeth folded her arms, looking you over. Did moms tell you about your parents too? My birth parents also died. Elizabeth broke eye contact after that.
Sorry.
What? I should be saying sorry to you too. Why did you want to talk to me? Elizabeth raised an eyebrow at the question as though the answer should be obvious. I was worried about you. Oh, really? It seems like you've been changing into this person that ignores me. I was the one who brought it up, but I made you deal with whatever was left when I was gone. She sighed, glancing upwards for a moment before settling on you once more. I want to ask you what happened without everyone breathing down our necks. That was pretty crap of you to just bail. I'm amazed you noticed that was unkind. Thank you for thinking of me. I'm not mad at you. Thank you for thinking of me, actually. She stuck her nose up a little at that, but her smile was soft. All of this, it upsets me. She slipped back into the scowl. I'm sorry, Michiko. It's a pretty depressing topic. Yeah. You have to be born in the US to become president. What? Yeah, never heard of the dream of hers before. Wait, that's why she wanted to do all this? She knows your bafflement continued. I get I was never gonna be president, but it just feels weird having stuff taken away, not even given a chance at it. I don't like having to know that when I was born, I was gonna have a completely different life. So different I can't even think about what it looked like in my head. I could have spoken another language, lived away from everything I've ever seen here, had someone else as my sibling. And then my parents died and I was adopted, and the life I got became a totally new thing forever. I can't go back to what it was even if I wanted to. A heaviness settled between you and the person who became your sister. You know exactly how she felt. I don't really understand. I feel like that too. I don't think I would know what to say to her, but I'm in the same boat in some sort of way. So you know exactly how she felt. It was a confusing feeling to have lived one way for as long as you can remember, but not having it be what was originally yours. Elizabeth watched you seriously. She was still trying to make sense of this to you and herself. I don't know why today was a day. Nothing came up to make me ask the question. It was just something I've had in my head for a while. When it was just me and Mom's in the living room, I just kind of said it. Finally, and there you go. She shifted from one foot to another, relaxing her stance just a bit. She also spoke more gently. Learning about them and what happened doesn't change how I feel about our family, Michiko. She smirked, fixing you with sharp eyes. I had already figured a long time ago that moms weren't our biological parents. That wasn't news. Technically, one of them could have been related to you. You kept listening to Elizabeth. It really doesn't change anything. I'm just gonna keep listening. Nothing about the family I was first born in would have made me decide that this wasn't my family anymore. If you had hoped you'd be free of my big sisterly status, don't think you're so lucky. She bumped your shoulder against yours playfully, her lips tilted at the corners.
You'll always be my little sister.
Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. You smiled softly at her, you jokingly grinned at the prospect, you bumped her back, you hugged her. Yo, if there's a hug option, I'm going for it. It took a few seconds, but she gave you a quick squeeze in return. You'll always be my family too, I think I'm really lucky. You took in the moment quietly. You'll always be my family too. Chuckling, she seemed pleased with how the conversation had gone in the end. Ready to head back home. It's been a long day. You gave her a nod. Come on, you three. Let's go. You walked home together in a comfortable silence down the well-worn street. The familiarity of it all felt nice. When you stepped through the door, you found your moms quietly sitting together at the kitchen table. Their heads snapped up and they got to their feet to meet you, while giving you a careful smile. We're so glad to see you. I'm sorry for walking away before. Everything's alright. You said nothing. Hi. I'm sorry for walking away. That's alright, sweetheart. We're just happy to have you here again. Mom then came over and wrapped her arms around you and Elizabeth, giving you a tight hug. It didn't take long for Mom to join in, putting her arms around the both of you.
Love you.
We really couldn't have asked for better kiddos. We love you. More than we could ever say. Moms. You smiled at their comfort. You were glad. So glad your moms were alright. You're squishing me. You smiled at the comfort. I love you too. It was a nice moment and you enjoyed it for as long as you could. They both pulled away back eventually and grinned at the two of you, and you knew then that all you had. Wait, what? You knew then that you all had each other, and you always would. Well, now since we're all here, how about we do something together as a family? That sounds like an excellent idea. We should have some fun before the night's over. Lee's still here. She's just waiting. I love the sound of that. Oh my God, Kova's still here. Yeah, okay. Why not? You hid the smile that threatened to tilt your lips, knowing that Elizabeth must have been in a good mood if she hadn't even teased Cove for being part of it. And no matter what she could have said about it, you wanted him to be here. The two of you have practically grown up together over the past 5 years. Who's got a suggestion? It should be something we could do here in the house, with everyone in the same room. We suddenly remember the show you and Lee had been working on earlier. Maybe you can do our own show. You were bummed you never got to do it after all that. You weren't so keen on that now after what had happened? No, maybe we can do a show.
Oh.
A show? This is the first time we're hearing of this. I'm intrigued.
Wonderful.
It would be amazing if you put it on for us to watch. Oh yeah, I need to show you what I've cooked. Oh yeah, I need to see what you've cooked up. That'd be cool. You smiled at Lee, who returned the gesture while bouncing her heels in excitement. Take some seats and we'll get everything together. Your moms collected the chairs from around the dining table and set them in a row in the living room, where there was enough space for the show. While they did that, you and Lee quickly gathered the supplies you need and rehashed the plan one last time. You listened through the song you had chosen one last time. After that, you quickly applied the makeup looks you had practiced earlier. The backdrop you had prepared earlier was also ready to go now that it was needed. Finally, you changed it to the outfits you had picked out. One of the two of you returned to the living room. Everyone was sitting and chatting amongst themselves while they waited. The group quieted down when you and Lee stood in front of them on your makeshift stage. Lee was buzzing quietly with excitement beside you. You felt nervous all of a sudden. You were pumped for the show. You were unsure. No, I'm nervous all of a sudden. No matter how small the audience was, it was still all eyes on you. Okay, so welcome to our show. We only came up with it today, but we promise it'll be good. You stay quiet. Thank you for being here tonight. No refunds. No refunds. You're gonna be really impressed. I think I would joke around. No refunds. Laughter rippled through the mini audience, and you nodded at Lee that you're ready to begin. Lee took in a deep breath, waiting the few beats it took to get into the song, and started singing. Your outfits gave a special element to the performance. The makeup you had done on yourself and Lee made the show feel much more like a real production. The backdrop you had created gave a great atmosphere to work off of. I did everything like behind the scenes mostly. I didn't do any talent stuff. When the performance was over, Lee took your hand in hers, and the two of you bowed together, deeply together. Everyone gave you a round of applause and cheered for an encore. When you straightened yourself up, you were happy to see that Elizabeth was clapping for you. Bravo, bravo! Thanks,
job.
Mom. You are so talented. Thanks. Your family rose from their seats and came over to congratulate you more directly. You're beaming from ear to ear. Oh, Cole. Cole was the first one to approach, stepping up to you and Lee with a smile on his face.
It's nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, were you the one who painted the backdrop? Yeah, that was me. Cole smiled, content over his guess being correct. I thought so. It was good. You couldn't help but feel pleased that he could recognize your talent so easily. Your parents gushed about how great everything was and thanked you for sharing it with them. Imagine saying no. What would have happened? Elizabeth was complimentary in her own way, although she did describe the show as cute, which you knew she meant as kind of kitty. You laughed it off, however, and you were just happy that everyone had a nice time. In that moment, you couldn't have been more pleased to be part of the family you had. Okay, that was not what I expected the family moment to be. That was some deep stuff. It started off really cute that we're gonna set up a play for our family to watch, and then it went to like deep, like you're adopted, your parent died, and then it went back to happiness. But okay, got to learn more about my girl and Elizabeth at the same time, that we're both adopted and our parents are dead. Okay. Wow. Anyway, the next moment is gonna be dinner, so I'm assuming maybe dinner with Cove and his family, maybe. I don't know, hopefully. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.